Well, I was not expecting the episode with Claire yesterday to get as weird as it did.
It did get really weird. I was
I know,
talking to her
right?
after the show. And she's willing to come back again, by the way. So we'll get her back sometime. But I'm hoping to get her on the cards, kind of when I do the tarot card reading. So we'll get her back for that along with Lisa. Because I think that would make her very... Yeah. If you want to join us that night, you're welcome to join us that night.
We'll see
Get what I mean?
how's it going. I got a few projects coming up here soon, so
aliens. The aliens are coming.
Careful. You trying to get me to spill all the latest alien stuff is what got me kicked out last night. Yes,
That's true.
Jackass.
People, secret government organizations. We're not talking about that tonight. Tonight, we're talking about Iron Brew. Iron Brew, the refreshing beverage that keeps you going, that he can't buy. Papa Joe was telling me, he's in Texas, isn't he? He was telling me that off of Amazon, he can get a 16-pack, no, an 8-pack, sorry, for $16.
I know, that's where I usually get the Iron Brew.
I get a 24-pack for £7, which is what, $10?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. I did drink too much yet. Maybe that's why I'm going to the dentist on Tuesday.
You need to get your mouth drilled in.
Oh, no, I'm not getting it drilled. I'm getting it.
Oh, yeah, you wank.
Aye, but look, do you kind of hardly get any back teeth left? That is the last. They've only got 2 molars left and 3 wisdom teeth. You'll no touch the wisdom teeth. See in this country, they'll no pull your wisdom teeth if they come in fine. They'll put fillings in them. Totally different here. The only time they'll pull them out is if they've come in compacted. But I might get them out because I was thinking getting a set. I know everybody. I'm thinking of getting a set of false teeth. No front.
You're wanting to get false teeth. You're wanting to get false teeth.
I got no teeth there. Look, no teeth at the back. So what I was thinking is, all my teeth at the front are perfect, right? It's like sidey ones up the top and down the bottom, and I was going to get false teeth for the sides. They can do that. They clip in now. You get them to clip in. Modern technology, all that laser stuff. You know.
Yeah, after they drill in little magnetic bits into yours.
No. How it works is, see your tooth there. What they do is that it clicks on to your tooth and it shoves up, and it's false. You can take them out anytime. I know a few folk with them, but to be honest with you, I can't people that eat apples and they don't have teeth. Their gums are that strong. You know,
right.
But everybody hates the dentist. You know, what's that? The peacocks. What's that? I've never seen that before. The hello.
Peacock strikes back. Hello, that's a new one.
Wow, that's the Peacock Strike Back. That's the Empire Strikes Back, except it's the Peacock Strike Back. You know?
Yeah, it looks a little stormtrooper with peacock feathers.
That's quite cool. I just noticed that there. That's quite cool. That. So you've been up to Dakota. What interesting, exciting things since last night? Have you experienced any unusual anomalies after you get kicked off a few times?
I don't know what it is, man, but lately I've only told one person about certain developments I've had. But ever since we had that conversation, I have had some of the weirdest technical issues, man.
I've not really been. I mean, last night after I came off the live, I was a tad pissed. I'll admit that. But I've put that behind me now. Put it behind me. But I didn't really have anything happen to me. I had a weird dream last night. A kind of weird, funny dream. Came one of the ones where you can smell things. You kind of the ones I'm talking about. Because I was like in this, it was like an American diner. And I could smell like the food, and I could smell the coffee, and I could smell the cigarette smoke. But it was like in the 1960s, and I was like, I've never in my life been in an American diner. In fact, I've never been in America, so I don't know how I would get to an American diner for here. But it was weird. I don't know if that was maybe a past life that I had. See how she was talking about past lives? It makes you wonder. You know?
Yeah. Maybe.
So tell us about your dream, Matt. Tell us about your experience.
That's been going on for the last couple weeks, man. I don't know if it's like still fallout from the fucking solar storm
Yeah.
or what, but let's just say since I found this little tidbit of information, I've had my computer hacked into.
Mm.
I've physically walked in and watched somebody access an offline copy of my new book that I've been working on and start changing things.
Yeah, and Pharaohs. See, that's interesting you say that because I get you ken what I'm like with technology. Dear Jesus and all that's holy, right? I've even broke my Xbox. My disc player stopped working. Right, you maybe ken this, right? Why does the disc player, right, in my Xbox One no play my Xbox One games, but it'll play 360 games?
I don't know.
But ken what's been happening to me lately, and I can't explain it. I went into the settings and I ken this has got to sound mad, right? But it makes you wonder if there's people spying on you. I've got the Connect. You'll be sitting doing something random, and the Xbox will turn itself on. Now, I went into the power settings and made sure that that wasn't active, and the wee camera lights up. But it's not just that. I've had a lot of problems lately with my laptop. Mind I tell you the other night there, before it was last night, before I signed in, my camera wouldn't work. And I keep getting wee square boxes come up on my screen and it says Windows something key. Maybe it's just me, or maybe I'm just breaking stuff, I don't know. But maybe I'm just old and decrepit getting, guys. And, the younger here, But
Mm.
is there nothing you can get to stop that? Is there no like VPN that you can get?
Yeah, I've tightened up my security settings on my end, but I don't know. Some of the I recognize some of the signatures, and the program used to create the Trojan horse I actually found on my computer was based on a well-known CIA program.
Okay, so it's the CIA. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it unless you buy another computer, but they'll just hack back into it, won't they?
No, the thing is, the CIA actually released their own hacking tools.
I've heard
Anybody can
that.
get a hold of it. Anybody can get a hold of it.
I've heard that. I've heard about that. I find that quite interesting. But did you see that there's a new mobile phone manufacturer bringing out a special mobile phone that you can't hack? I can't mind what it's called off the bat at the top of my head, but I seen it the other day. See how most mobile phones collect data on you, right? Well, this new phone is designed so as you can't be tracked. When you turn that off, you can't be tracked. A lot of people don't realise that the old style phones, even when you take the batteries out of them, they can still track you.
Mm-hmm.
I find that fascinating. I mean, how do they do something like that? Because it's not got power running through it. But is there a wee built-in battery pack that keeps everything running?
No, all the data's still there.
You want that phone? I think it's quite an expensive phone. What I've been told. I'll see what I
It
can.
would be.
Yeah, as expensive. It's seemingly it's a military company that makes like VPNs and stuff like that are bringing out their own version of the phone. It's like it's no an Android and it's no an iPhone. You would get your own apps and stuff with it.
Mm.
It's like something totally different. And seemingly you can't be tracked, you can't be listened to, but come on. I mean, I've got the iPhone, right? Did you see that thing about the iPhone, how it takes an image of you in infrared every couple of seconds?
Yeah.
I actually tried it, and it's right enough. When you can
Mm.
count three and it goes, I've got my camera out there, right? My video camera's infrared. I turned the light off and I aimed at it, and you can actually see the flash. It taking pictures.
Mm.
That is amazing. I mean, that just shows you how they're getting all the information on you,
Mm.
which is makes you wonder.
Oh,
It's
without a doubt.
but yeah, look, nothing's safe anymore. Nothing's safe anymore. It's like they say like TikTok and that, with the facial reading your faces. Obviously, they're reading your faces, right? Well, these mad filters and stuff like that. They're selling their information. They're all selling their information to like, because there's been times I've been talking to somebody about lawnmowers and stuff like that, and I've picked up my phone and went in, and there's been an advertisement for a lawnmower,
Mm-hmm.
and you thought to yourself, but that's a kind of, I think it's listening to you. And I'm bad now because I've got one of the bloody Alexa things. I was told I shouldn't have it next to my bed because you shouldn't have them next to your bed, but I've got mine next to my bed, listening to like, music and stuff through it. But what's that? Windows 11 Copilot spies on you, the Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you could, if you were really secret, if you could get like a cheaper laptop and no connect it to the internet and do all your work on that. Then transfer all the stuff off of that onto your, what do you call it, a hard drive, and then plug that into a computer. But then the hard drive might get corrupted. Will it? No, I don't ken anything about computers. I ken you ken so much more, man. Did you hear that? That is weird. I started speaking because of that stupid command that I've got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
typically you could transfer your work off an old device. I believe
mhm.
George R. Martin, he actually uses like an old computer that can't connect to the internet. Like it's like Windows 95 old.
It's a shame I don't live near you because I have, by chance, up the loft in its box, an old computer. I think it's from 1987. You should see this thing, by the way. It's like a big screen, right? It's like one big box. It's just like a big screen. And it's got the bit for the floppy disk at the front. And then there's a wee screen like that. I shit you not. It's like it was my uncle's. He gave it to me. And I was like, I was looking at it the other day. I was like, and you think of technology now, and the younger generation, when they see something like that, it's like, my God.
Right.
I know. I mean, what's the oldest computer you've ever used, man? Come on.
Oh, Windows 95.
Yeah. Yeah. I've used older than that. I've used the Spectrum computer. My brother Drew, ken him. He had the Spectrum. The old days, you know. But it just shows you my age, you know. But look, it's never going to stop. This hacking stuff is never going to stop. I suppose all you can do is try and cover your back and have backups within backups.
The main thing what you can do when it comes to this, when it comes to hacking, especially nowadays, is obviously have backups of your backups, but
Mm-hmm.
also the main thing you can do, all you can really do is slow it down
Yeah, I've heard
to
that.
where majority of hackers who are just hacking to hack just to grab random people's info and buy stupid shit online, that will deter most of it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
unless you become for some reason you become a specific target,
Yeah.
then you're gonna have issues.
I mean, if you become a target by the CIA, or you become a target from another organisation, is it the NSA? What's the most secretive one out the lot? Is it the NSA? What's the most secret one in the government? Just say,
They're all
well,
about up there.
well, if they take interest in you, they are going to get access to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can do. And it's a sad fact to things, you know, unless you start going back to an old typewriter, you know. I mean, I know people that do that. I know people that write books and they use a typewriter
Mm-hmm.
and then they like scan the sheets and put it in a digital form, which is maybe a good idea because then you've got that kind of backup one, the beginning one. But I don't know, the way everything's gone now, man, the way technology's gone now, everything's just changing. Everything's, I mean, I know I'm bad for it. I know I'm bad for my Apple Watch and stuff like that. See, that thing does things that I just do not know how it works. Get what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
It listens to you too. It's got the Siri on it. Oh, I shouldn't have said that because that's lit up now. But see what I mean? It's all these commands and all that kind of stuff. That is going to come the point, and this is what I was actually talking to somebody the other day about robots. It's not going to be long before we start seeing loads of them about.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, a couple of years. Because China's building plants to mass produce robots that look like humans that will walk about and do stuff for folk.
Yep. Look, society's gonna start looking like a fucking iRobot here soon.
See, that's what I worry about. Yeah. I've seen documentaries and that where things can be hacked. I mean, it makes you wonder. These Teslas and stuff like that, you could hack something like that to crash.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I ken Elon Musk about it. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do it. No, man, no. Everything's hackable. Everything's hackable. And it makes you wonder, like 747s, the big jumbo jets, when was you hacked that? You know what I mean? The devastation it would cause.
They have some pretty impressive range. The main thing that's pretty much secures 747 is that not a lot of people can easily create like a satellite or whatever to be able to aim it directly at that plane in midair. That's why a majority of crashes are always close to takeoff or close to landing.
Yeah. But it's quite. You ever been in the cockpit of one of them? Look at an air show or something like that. You ever been in the cockpit of one of them?
Yeah.
Well, I've got the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, I used to have it. And you sit in it, and I was talking to Tim, Ken all about beer with Papa Joe, and I was talking to him about this, and he was saying that see, they planes, they fly themselves. They
Pretty
fly
much.
themselves. Yeah. All the pilots are really there for is to take off and land. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's computerized. They could go to sleep if they wanted and then wake up, but obviously one has to stay awake while the other one sleeps in case something happens. But there is going to come a point in history, and it's going to happen soon, where those things will be pilotless. Let's look at the drones, It makes you wonder about like certain terrorist events that happened in America. You see where I'm going with this? Was there anybody on those planes? Was there anyone flying those planes?
Careful, that's what got the Dublin portal shut down.
I seen that. I'm going to say that that was bad. Folks shouldn't have done that. They were playing videos.
Between the Twin Tower conspiracies and the chick on OnlyFans flashing her boobs in Dublin.
Yes.
Like
I mean, they were actually playing videos of the Twin Towers collapsing. I mean, that's just bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
You don't do that for all the lives that were lost in that. Look, I'm going to say this. It's kind of somebody we should maybe try and get on is somebody that's an expert in that, in the Twin Towers. I mean, because there is a lot of like conspiracy guys and women out there that talk about this. Well, some of them know anymore because some of them have disappeared. Because was it building? What was the building that collapsed that didn't have any damage whatsoever? Was it building 11? It was called.
I believe so.
I mean, I seen that. I remember seeing that. I mean, I seen the planes hat, right? And I was watching it on TV, and this building, perfect building, nothing wrong with it. Didn't even any broken windows. All of a sudden, just collapsed.
Yeah.
And they said it was because of the underground problems. No. I think there's far more that happened with those Twin Towers than meets the eye.
The way those towers came down does look reminiscent of controlled explosions used for taking major buildings down. That's the main thing. Yes, people were on those planes. I personally know people who were supposed to be on those planes. They still had the fucking tickets.
Who's that woman that talks about this? What's that? She talks about conspiracy. Is it Linda Moulton Howe or was it somebody else? There's a woman like her that talks about the conspiracies in 9/11. And it's quite interesting because one of the people that was on that plane had a cell phone. And that cell phone rung 2 hours after that plane hit. Now, it could have been sucked out the window. It could have survived, right? That's maybe a theory there, right? But what I
Yeah,
find
back when phones were made
suspicious,
to survive.
right? Like I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this. There is suspicious about that because look at the guy's passport that was found. Perfect, right? Have you ever heard about the one where the people had rented out certain floors and the guy went up and they were doing stuff to the walls inside the walls where all the supports of the thing.
Yeah. Again,
I'm like,
controlled demolitions.
yeah. I definitely think something was going on.
Did you see there's actually talk of New York wanting to put in a new U-shaped skyscraper that's supposed to be big enough for a plane to fly through?
I heard about that. I heard something about this building that they want to build, but I've no had a chance
Yeah,
to look at it yet.
a big U-shaped skyscraper.
Oh my god.
Nah, then again, believe it's the Saudis that want to suspend a skyscraper from an asteroid too.
I'm going to say, right, that's a stupid idea, right? I do think we should look, but that is just a stupid idea. I mean, look at what was it? Is it the Mile? It was called the city, the big long city they were building. They've actually scaled that down. They've scaled that down because it's got to cost too much. Why does nobody build like what do you call these things? It's like a lift all the way to space. Is it what's it called again?
Oh god.
What's it called again, guys? They build them in futuristic films. I think that would be a great idea because we could actually do something like that. Is it a sky bridge? No, it's not a sky bridge. Is it a sky bridge?
No.
And it's
Yeah, those sky elevators. Yeah, in
sky
theory, they
elevator.
can be done once you actually get past a certain point.
Thank you,
Space
space
element.
elevator. Thank you.
Yeah, once you get past a certain point, the gravitational pull of the Earth isn't as much of a concern, but it's still managing to keep it suspended with how much it's going to be whipping around in the wind.
Mm. Mm. I just the way the world's changing, it's changing that quickly now, man. It really is. And I don't know what it's got to be like in 10 years. Right, I tell you what, here's a prediction. We'll come back to this and say, we'll come back. I'm coming down with the plague, by the way. I've caught it for you. I blame you for last night. But anyway, this came across the ether. But anyway, what's your prediction for the next 5 years with technology?
I think your
Oh,
brother's
God,
on the right
no.
track.
No. I'll tell you something new. You imagine me stuck in the Space Odyssey 2000 with him? Jesus, I'll tell you something new for my sanity. I'd put myself in the airlock and just flush myself into space.
I can't
Honestly,
do that, Christopher.
don't. He does this in the Xbox to me. He does this. He goes, I can't do that, Dave. And that's what he does for like maybe half an hour. He just kids on his fucking HAL
I
9000.
was like Christy Perez in the chat, flying cars. Yeah, we were supposed to have that shit by now. What the fuck? But then again, do you really want some of these idiots to have access to flying vehicles when they can't even operate the ones on the ground?
But it is going to happen. It is going to happen because it's look at the drones. Look at the drones, right? That guy was on the Joe Rogan show the other night. That American actor guy. He's got a good idea. I like his wee drones. The drones that he's made, because most drones go up, down, left to right, right? But his go anywhere, and then go underwater too. And he's actually patented that. Did you see how they've actually on the major corporations out there have actually pinched his patent for certain things?
Mm-hmm.
But what folk don't realize is that because they've done that to him, he can now use anything they develop without a patent because they've taken it for his stuff, which is really interesting. We need to get that guy on. I wish we could get him on.
Iron Firehorse Terrence Howard.
Yeah, Terrence Howard. Oh, he's an amazing guy. He really is. He's got some weird ideas there. I will say that. Was that Arthur C. Clarke wrote the story about it? You know, look, we're going to start traveling among the stars soon anyway. What do you mean stay up?
Breathe, Christopher. Breathe.
It's my chest. It's my chest so bad, man. My chest so bad.
Yeah, no.
It's choked up. I'm choked up. But anyway, look, we're going to start going that way, and there's no really point complaining about it because it's going that way. Look at the Victorians. Can you imagine what Victorians would have thought today of today's age? Let's take a general for the battle of the let's take a general for, like, say, the battle with the Zulus, right? Can you imagine what he could have done with an Abrams tank? Let's go back to the Civil War. Can you imagine one Abrams tank could have done for the Civil War for the Confederacy? You could have drove all the way to the White House and blew it up. Well, eventually you'd probably run out of fuel. But
Well, yeah.
Well, you need fuel. But hypothetically, say you had some fuel. But look, the technology is going that way. It's maybe not going in the right way. I mean, the president you've got the new wants to have fully electric tanks for the battlefield.
Yeah.
Which is a very bad idea. Because they're going to have to tow generators to charge them up. Why don't you just put fuel in them? It's mad.
You have to start wondering who's trying to pay for those electric vehicles. Who's the one that's going to be profiting the most that's lobbying against all these politicians? Because these politicians, they're not smart enough to come up with this stuff on their own. Let's face it.
Look at the Vietnam War with Bell Helicopter. Who made billions out of the Vietnam War? Bell Helicopter did. And the way home after the war, they dumped most of the helicopters into the sea. I know people that dive in them. And turn this down a wee bit in case I start coughing and splitting. I know people that have dived in the wreckage of the helicopters in the sea in Indonesia and stuff like that. It's catch you later, Peacock. Thank you for dropping, man. Computers are getting to the point now where I don't know how much more sophisticated they can get. Because look at computer games now, right? Look at GTA. Let's take GTA, right? That's been out for what, 10 years? Nearly 10 years?
We would know.
Yes, I would know. Yes, that's my Xbox has only run that, right? And that's maybe why the display stopped working. But never mind that. Let's go back to the important subject for today. Now, here's the thing, right? Look how realistic that is, right? You can go up, you can kill bots, you can do all that kind of stuff. I've seen the clip for the new GTA. It looks really real. But let's face it, how much realer can you get before it's like just like real life?
I don't know. Have you seen? I mean, come on. Think about when the adverts for Matrix 4 started going around.
Yes.
None of that was live action. All of that was computer generated.
Yeah.
All an Unreal Engine. And if you have a sophisticated enough computer, anybody can get a hold of this. If they got dough for it, a couple of car payments worth, they can do that themselves. I mean, right now, let's look at OpenAI, where they got a big, massive lawsuit because they're one of the voices that ChatGPT, the company behind ChatGPT, has sounded a little bit too much like Scarlett Johansson.
Have you noticed what's been added to the last Microsoft update? There's an AI now.
Yeah.
I was playing about with it the other night. I was asking it random stuff, and it was quite good. It was telling me stuff.
Yeah,
Copilot. I mean, things like that. I mean, poker like that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with AI. You know that. I'll know about that when the robots rise up and are chasing you down the road, trying to kill you. Because it will happen. But I don't know what's going to happen, man. The world's just messed up, and All it takes, going back to the hacking thing, all it takes is one wee hack and it could take the grid down. Everybody thinks that, oh, it'll be a solar flare and an EMP. You have no idea what a virus could do to the American national grid. Because it's like a chain reaction on it. Is it Texas? It's the only part of America that it's got its own grid. It's independent grid. I think it is.
California and Texas both have their own independent grids, but the main thing that Texas got into a lot of trouble for was shortly after I believe it was Hurricane Harvey that came through and basically wiped it out because Texas wasn't prepared for the cold. Short version of it, anyway.
I seen that. That was crazy, man. Come on, that was crazy. That was just crazy weather. I think that was like a freak event. I don't think that'll happen again. Well, last great words, you know. But Kirsty Price, watch the what's that? Merle one.
I think you're talking about Joe Rogan.
Oh, aye. Joe Rogan's quite good, I must admit. I enjoyed that with that Terence guy. He's a very interesting guy. Again, he's 55-year-old.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. I think it's all the mad sedative stuff that he's all taking. That did you notice he was taking droplets out and taking bottles and he smokes like a chimney. He said it to the guy. He said to Joe, he says I smoke about 60 cigarettes a day.
Mm.
I just don't know. I really don't. It's how much better do you think computers will get in say the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, computers will be able to have almost identical. Let me rephrase. The processing power behind the computers will be akin to what the human brain is physically capable of at its peak performance.
Yeah,
it will be. And let's face it. Right now, let's say we have all these different, the Internet of Things. Everything's got to be connected to the internet. Wireless security cameras. Wireless this, wireless that. Blah 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 blah. All these people are trying to say they're worried about people spying on them, yet they're filling their house with some of the most unsecure things.
Yeah.
Here's the thing you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen. You can get essentially like radar. It's almost that looks into radio frequencies, right? It works very similar to like a thermal camera, stuff like that. And you can see where radio signals are particularly strong. You can see how Wi-Fi, you can use the stuff and actually see like where the best Wi-Fi signals are.
Oh my God. Look at the chat. See, when I was giving a reading the other day,
yeah,
I got a flash in my head. And you see how you get the American intersections are called? That we don't get them in the UK. You came up and talking about it's like a cross. And I seen something happening, and I seen the motorbike slide and crash. And I told her that there was something was going to happen with the motorcycle. There's got to be a crash. That's crazy, that, isn't it?
God damn.
That was lucky. I told her not to go in it. Because something would have happened. I can't explain that. So there you go. But when you go, man, continue what you're saying because I'm finding it really interesting, man.
Sorry, just still reading through the chat, but anyway, like I said, with this radio frequencies, say you could probably use it to go to the airport and find out where the best spots for the airport Wi-Fi are.
Yeah.
Recently, they integrated artificial intelligence into this. Helps clear up the image. And ever since they implemented that, you can see the outlines of people's inside their houses.
Yeah.
Exactly where everybody's standing. You can be able to tell the difference between their fingertips. Whereas before, you would just notice some blotches.
That's crazy. See, it's like that. I kind of remember where it was, Dakota. Did you see that one where it was the guy he actually had an argument in the AI? It looked like GTA, but it wasn't GTA. It was on the PC. You came where I'm going with this, and he actually told one of the bots that they didn't exist, and the
Yeah,
bot's like, "What do you mean I don't exist? Of course I exist. I'm going to work." See, this could be a simulation that we're in, just a grand simulation.
yeah. For how sophisticated that AI is going to be able to replicate everything, it's going to be very hard to tell what's real these days. I
Yeah.
mean, look at it now with all these video generation apps, the apps on your phone where you can create pictures with just a few words.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like,
I just don't know
actually, it's kind
how
of
it's
like how
going to
Claire
go.
was saying. It's kind of like how Claire was saying. We're getting
Of
to a
course, it is.
point where reality's getting flipped. Nobody's going to be able to tell what's real anymore.
And see, that makes you wonder. I mean, for all we know right now that you are in a some type of booth hooked up to like weird machinery with like a VR goggles on. Let's face it, you could be, which you probably
Yeah.
are, right? And that's how you're here, and that's how you're controlling the body you're in now. But when you die on this plane, you wake up in that pod. And you're like, oh, right, that was me. Right, hello, there's my wife. You know, that came up me and go and see them and stuff like that. That maybe the extraterrestrials have figured out how to hack the system. And that's how they do it. That's how they put the souls in.
In a
It's
way.
scary. That is scary, man. Because there's things sometimes just don't add up in your life. See, so why did I see that? Why when I was getting her a card reading the other day, did I see a motorcycle crash? And then it's happened. You can't. I don't really see myself as a psychic. Or was that somebody telling me that? Or was that me tapping into the ether, the digital reality that we live in?
In theory, psychic abilities can actually be traced to ELF frequency.
See,
There's actual science that backs this. In theory, anybody, not just psychics or mediums or nothing like that, anybody that's trying to milk tarot card readers for which way to wipe their ass,
yeah,
anybody can tap into those. In theory,
yeah. I
so
mean,
it could very well be possible. There could be very well be a way we could physically film people getting psychic messages. And that's why I always wondered what would happen, if all the kinks with like Neuralink get worked out, what would happen then?
I would love to do that with you. I don't mean like drill a hole in your head and put your link into it, but I would love to see what happens to you when you have an experience of going up there.
I would love to too. I would, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I would love to see what would happen. But here's the thing. Let's take into consideration the fact that the first Neuralink patient isn't exactly doing so hot right now.
I seen a video of him last night. I seen a video about him last night, and they
It's
they,
on
they
the
showed
fritz.
them. Aye, that's him. Aye.
Yeah,
But it
the
was all over
implants
there.
on the fritz. I mean, it's kind of like, well, think about it. You have solar flares that cause, all these technical issues, right? Someone gets exposed to high amounts of radiation and has one of those implants, it's going to happen to them.
Well, have you ever seen a spoon in a microwave? A bit of tin foil and aluminum foil. Here we go. I'm kidding. I'm American. Aluminum foil in a microwave. What happens?
Yeah,
I know. I'm just siding with the Americans. I'm not in an argumentative mood tonight. Aluminum. Let's just call it aluminum. Let's call it aluminum.
technically speaking, it
I
is
know
supposed
it's
to be
technically it
aluminum,
is. It's aluminum. It's a
but
technical aluminum.
it's you Brits that are wanting to sound all fancy.
Oh, hello. I like to use aluminium. I wrap my sandwiches in in your mouth, jelly hell, boy.
No, if you actually look at the packaging here between the U.S. and the UK, the I is taken out.
You got to remember,
Yeah.
in America, it's different for the UK because cars in the UK are different than cars in the United States.
Yeah, no. What's the point of you guys driving on the wrong side of the road?
No, it's the right side for us.
No, it's the wrong side.
No, it's the right side. But no. Who was the first creator of the motor car?
Oh,
It was
God.
Americans, wasn't it? Was it a German dude? Was it a German guy? So I'm going to say it was a German.
Dude.
Of course it'd be a German. You know, and it was a top speed of 1 miles per hour. What? You can actually speak German. What's that?
Did you just hear that?
What the that?
It was like a
Aye. It was like an old car horn for the 18, I think it was 96 or something. That was the first car. Let me ask, sorry.
somewhere right around then. But no. Right as we got to say German, all of a sudden it was just that it got a little rough there. Then all of a sudden, boop, 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 boop. The fuck was that?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. 1885 to 1886. The first stationary gasoline engine. Oh, I'll tell you something now. I'll tell you, this looks like something awesome. I would love to drive something like this. I don't know how I could copy the pictures, but look at that. Don't you want to drive? I can see Dakota driving down the road and that. I can see you there. Your wee squeaky wheel going along like that. Going on all the bumps. Hey, it's a 2-stroke unit, right? It's quite advanced. Let's see. It was 0.75 horsepower, 0.55 kilowatts. Wow.
One of those old ones that you had to get into the front and crank.
On January the 29th, 1886, Carol Benz applied for the patent of the vehicle powered a gas engine, patent number 37435. There you go. I could honestly look at that. I could see Dakota with his top hat on, guys, going down the road and that. What do you think? You know, in his cane. Oh God.
Be whacking you with the cane.
I know.
Just
I can imagine getting run over with that.
Apparently happened quite a bit.
It did happen quite a bit.
That's something else.
It did happen quite a bit, but you know, it's look at the way everything's going. They're trying to get rid of gasoline cars and bring these electric cars in, which are shit. But now Toyota's bringing in a hydrogen power cell vehicle, you know, that runs in water. Look, they've had this technology for a very long time. They're just deciding to use it now.
Yeah.
They've had this since the early 60s. This is the mad thing.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
You ever heard of the American jet engine car?
Mm-hmm.
And it can run on anything. It can run on kerosene, it can run on diesel, it can run on petrol. Any form of like oil-based fuel it will run on. And it's very, very, very reliable. But they just choose not to use it because they wanted to use their agendas.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had hydrogen-based cars for over 100 years now.
That's right.
There was hemp-based steel that was being used for vehicles that was several times stronger than anything modern cars are being made, and they survived if you got into a crash, barely a mark.
Yeah.
So I imagine, what would happen if one of those were to catch on fire? Would you get high?
Do you know what popped into my head when you said that? And I don't know if it's
dear Lord.
I went, honestly, I seen a vision in Mike traveling down the road in this wee rickety car. deliberately running out of the
just
burning bushes
say,
and
God,
stuff like that. Going,
God, Chris, are you coming to the shows high again, man? Come on.
oh come
We
on.
had the intervention.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't smoke anything like that.
I didn't
I
say
don't
you
smoke things like that.
smoked.
I don't
I
smoke.
didn't say you smoked. I didn't say you
Chest
smoked it. I
chest
didn't. I did.
problems.
Did I say you smoked it? No.
I
I
like
said you were
candies.
coming to work high.
But look, it's not that type of hemp. There's different types of hemp, man. There's
I know.
different types of hemp. Toyota
just
still uses hemp to make their car seats. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And their dashboards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, well, there's too much plastic getting used. You know, battery powered vehicles. You're right there. Look at the Egyptian battery. It's no the Egyptian battery. Sorry, was it the Baghdad battery?
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's so much we don't know about the hidden past. There's so much we don't know. Things that went on. And God knows, you know. Cough.
Well, that's one way to put it. As Chris goes to hack his lungs out.
But
What?
I'm getting old now. You'll have to take me to the vets and put me down.
No, we'll
The time has
take you on
come.
a nice. We'll take you on a nice trip to Yellowstone. Speaking of which, I actually got discounted tickets for
Really?
Yellowstone.
Really?
I actually got a little. Speaking of which, we say, wait a minute. Well, why is the chat talking about getting spanked?
It's Iron Fire Horse's birthday tomorrow.
At their
I see
age,
that in
I
the
don't think
chat.
you want
Happy
that
birthday.
thing.
I think I didn't see it, but I did see it. You know, but look, what do you mean they're talking about getting spanked? Who's getting spanked? Have you been clapping the gators again?
You're the one that's been clapping the gators.
There's nothing wrong with clapping an animal from time to time. Look, there's different words in the UK. I mentioned this to somebody, and the people run about me, and they're like, it means tapping them in the head and scratching their ears and stuff. In America, it's obviously something else. Obviously, a different form of communication. That's why we get these things wrong.
God, I can't believe we just brought up the fucking clapping a gator incident again. God.
No, but look at Pete.
Somebody
He's
actually
away.
bought those shirts.
You're kidding me.
Somebody actually bought some of the Clap the Gator shirts.
How many?
Oh, they're only like 2.
So someone out there right now, whoever you are,
send us a photo.
Send us a photo. Hey, I've got a cracker there, photo. It's me eating a banana. He's got it. He's keeping that until I'm good. I'll tell you the funny story. Mike the Naked Bigfoot had done a post on Twitter, and I did it too for a joke. And I think you should put that on a t-shirt. In fact, I give you my permission. Me sucking on a banana.
Deep throating a banana? God.
There's nothing wrong with eating a banana. Everybody likes a banana now and then. Everybody likes a banana. What's wrong with eating a banana? You peel it slowly, you know, and then you gobble it. I like a banana now and again. They're good for you. They get zinc and all that kind of stuff in them. Iron. It's that amazing daughter's father's birthday, you know. So what's the new projects with you? Because again, this is what this show was got to be about today, talking about our new projects. What's your new projects?
Well,
do tell me, I'll take mine.
I don't know. You got something we're working on? I mean, you're actually doing something? My goodness.
What do you mean I'm actually doing something?
Stop the clock. Write this down on the calendar. I don't know why Arnold just came out there.
Oh my God. He definitely
came out. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Hey,
Dakota's here. I'm going to get him a banana.
I almost came on the show sounding like Robert Kennedy, man. The way my voice was.
Not in my backyard. But look. That the hand of the cards has really worked out. I've gained nearly 140 subscribers through that. I'm going to say that the new it has definitely worked out.
And how many of them did you pay for?
What?
How many did you pay for?
I don't pay for any of my subscribers. I'll tell you that right now. Every one of them is real. And look, come on. I love doing it. It's so interesting. I just feel like I found like a hobby that I'm into. You know, I need to give you a card reading on the
Good
show
for
one
you.
night to see what's coming.
Good
You
for
know,
you.
but what about you, cucumber? Kirsty, Kirsty, what
What
did you
the fuck? I don't
a
think we want to be
cucumber?
reading the chat right now.
A cucumber? What about a cucumber?
I don't think we want to be
Do
reading the
tell.
chat. I
How?
think you need to pay attention to
Tastes like chicken.
Chris. I think you really should start paying attention to the rest of the chat sometimes because you're walking
What
into
do you mean?
some fucked up shit.
What do you mean? It's the girls that they're talking, but I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, the girls
American
say us
things.
got
Iron's Canadian.
the ladies
I
always say that the men are nasty, but chances 9 times out of 10 the women are so much worse.
I'll tell you the card. I do a card reading every day. I do free charge. That's the one thing that does annoy me is people that charge a lot of money for card readings.
Hmm.
And it's the same. I don't know if you've seen the interview with Lisa Fry and that was talking about. It really annoys me that there's a lot of people out there that paint a picture of card readings, and every time they tell it, it's all butterflies and unicorns. Something great's always going to happen,
Right.
right? Look at that. I tell it about a motorbike accident that happened, right? Look, I tell her that day, don't go in the back of that. Do not go in the back of that motorbike. Okay, I mean? But you're doing a lot of good stuff, too. You're doing the Dakota files, aren't you? You're doing the
Yeah,
you're
no, I need to
talking
get
about your
back on
family and
that.
stuff. You're talking
I
about
need to
your
get back
family and
on top
stuff.
of that because all this between the research and development stuff and this fucking cold I've had up in my system, man, I got to get back on top of that
Right.
shit.
Now, what's that? Ladies, Robin Cooper. Ladies, let's keep it classy, not
Classy,
assy.
not assy. I've
Yeah,
never heard it put that way.
that would make a dead t-shirt, that wouldn't it? Classy, but not assy.
That sounds like a bachelorette party t-shirt. Oh god.
You bring fun to it, Chris. That's rare. See what I mean? Look, I've got my card sitting right next to me here.
We're
I've got
talking
my
about
card sitting.
bachelorette parties. Chris bringing it fun. What the fuck? And
There's
people
nothing
call
wrong
me
with
the
it.
gigolo.
What do you mean? But, but you're into this kind of stuff. You're into this kind of stuff, man. You're into this kind of thing. Get what I mean? Look at your snazzy shirt on. You've got see these cards. These have been see these cards. These are I don't know. They're enjoyed by the gods themselves because they don't lie. They just don't lie. They don't.
Depends on who the seller is because some of them like to rub their testicles all over them before sending them out.
No, that's very true. And I got these for Amazon Prime, and they're the real deal. These ones are expensive. As Lisa says, there's a lot of copies out there, Chinese copies. See the Star ones that I've got, the Alien ones that I've got, they're $35 for a pack, and they're amazing. That's the Star Children, whoever it was. I mean, they're really, really good. $5.55. What's that stand for? What did $5.55?
Well, that would be the time on Eastern time.
I bet she's in Canada.
So they have if they're close to the the East Coast in the U.S., it'll still be the same time. It's not like China where it's all one time zone, Chris.
Nah, that's very true. That's very true. Ah, the joy, the joy, the joy. You know, we need to get. I need to give you a reading one night of those Starseed cards.
Plus, I don't know if I want to be announcing one of the stuff I've been working on because right as we started dancing around that's when I started getting kicked off last night.
What do you mean talking about Starseeds?
Well, we're talking about one of the projects, and yes, does technically involve starseeds, but
I'll be back in a minute. I've got to go and get the pack. Don't be drawing anything.
oh, okay. Get my pen. Fuck, where'd it go? Shit. Oh, okay. There's mine. Okay. Yeah, weird way to charge them. Yeah, I know. That's why. I think that's why eBay had to start shutting down on esoteric stuff because of the weird shit people were doing. Like, sell P&M bottles and selling them as
You're
holy
getting very
water.
cloudy. No, see these
I just
Dakota. These are broad.
focus,
Look
you
at
old bastard. Okay.
Look at that. These are beautiful cards. These are beautiful cards. And the Starseed Oracles. I would love to see what it says. Will we give Dakota one? Come on. Lawrence is either getting the Devils. Dots usually gets the Devils in the pack. You
I
know?
was about to say, and Lawrence usually is getting all the money issues. Well, he did just get married, so that makes sense.
Don't worry, you'll be getting married soon. When you get married to your new woman, are we invited to the wedding? Are we invited to the big day, the bash? Hope there's got to be
No,
like
I don't. We don't
snacks.
want you there. What are you talking about?
That's terrible, ladies and gentlemen. We're no invited. We're no invited. That's
No,
terrible.
just not
When you
you.
should go to Las Vegas, you should go to Las Vegas and get married.
No, I want to do something a little bit
Aye.
more classy than that.
Roswell, where it all began. You could get wed in the crater at Roswell, where it happened. Where your galactic relatives were out one day having a fantastic time. You know? Imagine that. Was that? But he's spot on with a lot of us, Dakota. See?
Yeah, it's not hard to get spot on with how vague a lot of these things usually are.
I want to see what it says about Dakota, though. Because I
All
was
right,
finding.
come on. You're playing with your little cards. All right, let's go.
Really? Give me a minute. You'll have to give me a minute to shuffle them. For flip's sake, it just doesn't happen. I have to ask for the powers beyond. You know, these are Starseed Oracle cards, which that was actually Lisa Fry that told me about these. They were. I only play with these now and again because they are quite powerful. There's a wee book there that I can read out and stuff, but let's see. Right, I'll give you the top one, right? Let's see what it says about you. Surrender to the sweetness. That's actually really interesting, that.
Okay.
Surrender at the sweetness. Let's see what the book says about that. Let's see what the book says about that. Oh, God. Well, I'm looking it up. Why don't you tell everybody something interesting? Surrender to the sweetness.
Surrender to the sweetness. That could be interpreted so many different ways.
Yes, it could be.
Sounds sexual.
Well, I don't know, but you've got a dirty mind. It hasn't, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm the one that has a dirty mind. He's the one that keeps trying to.
There's nothing wrong.
Are you eating candy, Dakota? No, not right now. Probably should be. Probably should be sucking on something. Wait.
It's quite interesting because this is a feminine card. Why did it give me this for you? You're not going to believe what this says, by the way. This is funny as
just
fuck.
Just come on.
Right.
Just come on.
Venus energy. Pleasure, joy, make love to life.
See? Sexual.
I twist. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's called to surrender the sweetness of life. Let me finish. You've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over. Really drink in your life with wonder. Intoxicated in this. See, that's honestly, I wish I'd never put one for him. The simple bounty that plant has to offer, which have
I
you
kind of like this shit.
when your well is full. Your well's definitely full. It'll not be full for long, mind you. But let's see.
The way she keeps tapping me.
The way.
Sorry.
The ancient Babylonians, the feminine goddess Lastar, to the planet Venus and Roman mythology. Venus was the goddess of love, beauty. Fuck. Right? I don't see that here, right? Was the time to your precious resources, the greatest healer if you've been all work, no play. You do work quite a lot, you do. Your love play with your children and give yourself the luxury time without agenda. You do work really hard, man. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. Well, you're definitely enjoying them. We forget why we decided to build them in first place. Disconnection from the sweetness cause more pain than we realize. So many of us walk in solitudeness, building 5 days a week Jesus Christ, you've been at it quite a lot. In the name of survival, you're definitely in the name of survival. We strive to build a life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card, wounding you back to the pleasure of being human, focusing on the really matters, enjoying your incredible life. And it says the starseed at the bottom, how can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy life a little more?
She kind of like
So,
that.
ladies and gentlemen, I've got a feeling his girlfriend will message him after the show.
She's watching right now.
Is she? That's for you, whoever you are. You want me to put one for her?
Don't you need to know who she is first?
I don't really need to see who she is as long as I can. That is there. I do bring them up in the chat, but
Well, she hasn't popped up in the chat, but
you don't need to pop up in the chat. You just give me the first initial of her name.
L.
H, right. H, right.
Okay, did you hear me? Because I noticed I started to freeze right there when I
H.
said that.
H.
No.
You said hell.
I said L.
L, right? Americans, you can't keep bloody, can't speak bloody proper. L.
Talking about you fucking Scots.
What do you mean?
LCAI.
This is Derek Gard reading for the Scottish Isles. And here we go. Here's Dakota. He's going to be clapping the animals tonight. Aye.
Dear God.
Oh, God. Late night radio with Dakota. I'll give one of these card readings tomorrow, guys. I'll bring them along with me. Right. There you go. Right, let's see what L. Where are you from? Bet you feel like some tropical paradise somewhere out there. Let's see.
See, she's already messaging me.
Right, let's see what she says. This stuff's real, by the way. Honestly, I mean,
all right. Let's see.
I'll pull the card when I'm told to pull the card.
All right. No, come on. You've tickled my curiosity. I'll give you that much.
Interesting. Weight of the world. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like her.
Right. I'll hold it up for it. L. I'll just call you L. That's what you do. So you go.
Here we'll blow you up.
That, and the lady's landed in the water. The weight of the world. They are beautiful cards. They really are beautiful cards. Let's see. I need to look this up in the book. The weight of the world. Let's see. The weight of the world. There's that many. There's 300 different meanings for about the weight of the world. The sea of mysticals. Surrender. The weight of the world is 124. Page 124.
Okay.
Let's see. I do like these cards. I don't use them often. Right, here we go. I hope it's something nice. If it's bad, you can hit the quote at it when you meet him again. Right. Boundaries, let it go. It's not you to carry. You don't need to carry it all. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The bogged down by the weight of the world. This card is a reminder to look after your own well-being before anyone else's, to stop crying the world's problems on your shoulders, right? To put your own oxygen mask first. These changing times, we are definitely changing times. It's hard to not feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take on its problems from place of deception. Interesting that. This card, the thinking of you, carries so much. You want to build a better world. See, that's quite interesting what it's saying about it. And ease the road for others. And that's incredible. But the way you've been doing so likely understandable. This is this isn't to say you should switch off the world's problems and become unconscious. Rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taking out. Sorry, I can't see it. I'm getting stupid. Energetically, the planet needs you to be healthy, both physically and emotionally. So instead of deciding the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up to show the first to a nourishing patience, right? Such as meditation, soul inquiry, deep breathing exercises. You're like this, Dakota. When in your state of grace, your inner well is full, you can face the day, the state of the world, care for others. Does she care for others a lot? Because that's what I'm getting. And at the day's end, take an energetic shower by emptying out anything that's not yours to carry. You can pick up again the next morning if you choose, but give yourself time, space to rest. Starseed inquiry, what are you carrying? Is it even yours? So I don't know what it means. I mean, that's what the card says.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's quite interesting. It doesn't. I've tried it myself a few times. I've done it myself a few times, and it's quite interesting what it says. See the dots? He actually got one, and it was the pyramids, and it pointed to he was a star being, and it tells you so much. There's loads in there, but they're beautiful cards. I'm trying to find that one the dots go, which was, see what I mean? You can get the ones. You know what I mean? But I'll bring these tomorrow, guys. I'll give you a reading tomorrow with these. But they're good cards. What did you think of that?
I don't know.
Does she care about the world? Is that why she's here? Is that to save the world? Just carry it on her shoulders. Well, that's why he's all here, the Galactic Federation. It's to save the world, stop us for doing stupid stuff. But that's it there. If you fancy buying that for yourself, that's what it's called, the Starseed Oracle.
You get yourself like an Amazon affiliates link so you can make a little commission off of that.
Well, I've actually got. I may actually do that. Actually, I was offered Amazon Business. What's that?
It's like a special account where you get like discounted on like business cards and office supplies, stuff like that.
Interesting. Aye. Well,
Aye.
why why don't you start stocking cards in the what do you call it, the Bonkers store for people that wants to buy them? We could maybe think about that, you know.
Yeah, we do have the,
But the one
little Amazon store.
Yeah, why don't we? And then I can redirect everybody to that, and then the money that gets earned will help Bolton Bonkers out.
Well, I have tonight off from work, so
Do that then. I'll give you a list of cards if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. I kind of like that idea.
Aye, because people have been asking if I was going to do like giveaways and stuff like that. I'm actually talking to Lisa Fry about getting vouchers for her store. But a lot of them, I've noticed a lot of the people that follow me are American or Canadian or Australian. And see if you could do that in America. Obviously, the shipping costs would be a lot cheaper. Get what I mean?
True.
Yeah, in the UK and the rural Scotland, tell you the new. Yeah. But it's quite interesting, the one that you've got. You've got quite a feminine, because it makes me wonder, are you a woman up there?
No.
But
they're androgynous looking, to be honest.
Are you Andromedan again? I can't mind. What are you then? Pleiadian. They look quite, because they've got the blonde hair, aren't they? They're quite.
Not all of them.
No, all of them.
That's kind of a stereotype. Yes, it's sort of a darkish blonde, but my guys were kind of the naughty side of things. But anyway.
Just don't be clapping things. That's all I'm going to be saying.
No, we killed off a lot of humans.
No. There's times that I wished I could do that, but you know,
kill count over 6 million.
Yeah, well, everyone's got a hobby, you know. come from the old days when I used to say someone had to give you a set where you're going to be attacked. Aye, I've heard
Yeah.
that. I asked somebody about that. I asked somebody that's a really good. I asked Lisa about that. No, that is. You don't really need that. I've actually got a good idea. I'll keep it to after the show. So everybody,
Yeah,
thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed. Elle, I hope you enjoyed your reading.
she did.
If you want,
She
if you
just got a hold of me.
if you want next Friday when I do my live in the car, I can pull her a card again and just say it out loud if she wants. No, it's interesting. But anyway, catch you all later, dudes, and I'll talk to you behind the scenes. I've got an idea that I've had for a while.
All right. Much
Hey, guys.
love. Take care. See you next time.